Hello, everybody. We are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo. This is my forever co-host Jump, and today, hopefully, we get to complete this Marvel series because it's Loki season 2. And yeah, were you excited for this one, despite the state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this point?
I was. I actually was excited for this one because it was one of the shows that was fairly decent. Like I like Miss Marvel. The show was fine. Uh, what other shows? Like it was like Winter Soldier, this
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. You like those were like the good ones.
Yeah.
And for sure, I'm missing one. I'm missing one some, but I love the style of Loki. It reminded me of somewhat first Bioshock, Adam Punk.
Okay.
And for sure, I mentioned this in our first season review. But I love the style. I love the Adam Punk style. I love them wearing suits, and again, I love this '50s kind of vibe. And yeah, the entire time I was enjoying it, and like the story was great. But like this one's a bit odd.
Yeah.
It still has the style, and it might have the allure maybe in the third episode. I don't know. But right now, it's I don't know where it's going.
Same here. I was excited for this one. Like I was hoping, like Loki season 1. I think WandaVision was the one you were missing.
Right.
So Loki season 1 was pretty good, and like for the other shows, they've been like good to like alright, but like nothing can beat the first season of Loki and WandaVision in my mind, and Winter Soldier. So going into this, I was pretty excited, and like after episode 2, I was like, I don't know where we're going as well.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that Loki himself is going through the same thing the Spider-Verse people go through when they stay in a place for too long that they're not supposed to be in, since he is a variant.
Oh, right. Is that what's happening to him?
I'm guessing.
Okay. Yeah, and then we also meet a couple of new characters.
Obi.
Again, oh yeah, Obi, and I'm like, I love him.
Yeah.
It's just that again, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
A lot of things aren't being explained properly.
Yeah, it's
In my,
really
unless it's going over my head, I don't know.
Yeah, same here. Like the first episode, like it really ramps up the stakes of like this can endanger the entire TVA and Loki himself, and he has to like prune himself, or he will keep doing this galaxy or time skipping thing, going to the past and back to the future.
Mm.
And he gets information from Obi, who's played by Ki Hui Kwan, and you're like, oh cool, I'm glad you're in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I just wish this made more sense.
Yeah.
And Owen Wilson's back, and he also has to help Loki, and then he goes back forward in time to see Sylvie doing something to TVA, and then he goes back into the present just enough time to make it. And then we go to the next episode where it's like, are these two connected? I am confused.
See what we mean? See what we mean? Like, if you haven't seen the episode yet and you're just watching our video,
Yeah.
see how confusing that is? I didn't get the part where, what's the name of the female Loki again?
Sylvie?
Sylvie, where she's like opening the door. Loki gets pruned, and then he gets ejected out of that light thing, and then hits Owen Wilson while he was doing the spacewalk. Which I didn't understand why he had to do the spacewalk. Because they were like, you gotta fix the thingy. I was like, how's he gonna do that?
They don't really explain that either. So you're just like, I am confused in this world. You know the overall threat is Kang, and you feel like he might make another appearance in the show. But other than that, you're just like, what else is the threat? Like, I don't get what we're running from, really. Is it time itself? Is it the universe collapsing on itself? What is it?
Yeah. No, but like, they did explain, we're not going beat for beat here. We're kind of just explaining stuff that happened in the show.
Yeah.
From what I'm guessing, like, the branching timelines that Loki kind of made
Yeah.
and broke, like at the last episode of episode 2, of the last scene of episode 2, you see it start to disappear, and one of the character goes, "Those are trillions and trillions of people, or billions of people."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "What's happening? Is it is what's the name of their company again?
TVA.
Is TVA like going into each universe and just exterminating?" Because I remember seeing them like going into like portals and like
Yeah, blowing
Yeah.
up bombs and killing billions of people, and you're like, I. You say there's stakes, but I don't feel the weight of billions of people aside from your reaction to it.
yeah, like the actors are great because the reaction itself. I was like, wow, that's great performance, and I'm like, I could see like the dread in their eyes where billions and trillions of people are being exterminated.
Yeah.
But then I didn't get it why they had to do that.
Right. Aside from uncreating the chaos that Loki and Sylvie did after Sylvie killed Kang, one of the Kangs in the last season. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing they had to fix that in their mind because it's the right thing to do for them. But again, you're just like, I don't know where this is going. Like the second episode begins and you're chasing this guy named Brad, and like they have to track down
Is he
Sylvie.
from season 1?
I don't know.
Yeah, like the actor guy who was X05 or something like that.
Yeah, he tells them where Sylvie is, and you're like, I wonder what part is Sylvie the key to all this? And you don't really get an answer to that too. You're just like, wow, this is going to be either a very exciting show or a very long show. Not that I want instant gratification, but I'm just like, where are we going with this? It's like, feels like the Phase 4 and Phase 5 of Marvel so far. Of like, where are we going with this? I don't get the end goal.
Yeah, the tone's still there. I will say the tone is still there.
Yeah.
The style is still there, and I love that. But the story, yeah, is just confusing.
Yeah. I do like Loki pretending to be the old Loki again when he's interrogating Brad. He's like,
Yeah,
you're like,
that was a 16.
that's the Loki everyone fell in love with in 2012.
Yeah, well, it is the Loki from 2012.
That is true. And then you think like, is he going to commit to killing Brad? And he doesn't. You're like, oh, cool. Just playing with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's really not much to say other than I am confused. I don't really know if I like this or not. I like the characters. I like, especially the addition of Ki Hui Kwan. I'm like, cool. Please be a good show for your sake.
I really do want this show to be good because it is one of my favorite when it came to like Marvel Cinematic TV series.
Yeah.
Like again, I want them to keep on with this style. I love the universe that Loki is in. And like I want to know more of the lore. Hopefully by episode 3 they kind of just like piece it together. This is what I'm guessing. It's gonna be those episodes where you're like, oh, to only get episode 1 you have to see what happens in episode 4, and to get what happened in episode 2 you kind of have to watch episode 3, or like you have to watch episode 5. I think it's gonna be like that because it is like you do see Loki going in and out into the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, could be a thing. I also don't understand why Mobius doesn't know who Loki was when it was the future.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Neither do I. I was like, this was very confusing. I thought we left with Kang is coming, and then now we're just like, what is happening? But yeah, I have nothing else to add other than that. I hope it turns out well, because honestly, the Marvel right now has been again for me. Starting with Ant-Man, God, Ant-Man was this year. Kind of forgot about that. That is February.
Oh yeah, I remember when I did my job interview, I had to watch Ant-Man for a friend's like fundraiser.
Yeah.
Those were 2 hours and 500 pesos that I'll never get back.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the show, and we'll see what happens with Marvel for the Marvels when they come out this year. Hopefully, both are knock it out of the park. You know, I
Yeah.
don't really know what else to say other than that. I hope it turns out well.
Yeah. Like, look, I'm gonna wait for episode 3. I'm not gonna be like, oh, okay, it's a bit shit now. No. It just, again, I feel like there is substance here. There is some clues to, or some bigger picture that we're missing because we're not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna wait. We're gonna give our verdict at the end of the show. So yeah, and I can't wait for episode 3 because I really wanted to tie everything in. Not because I want it to end, because I would like it to have continuity. I mean, like a little bit of cohesive storytelling.
Yeah.
How would I always say? Yeah. So that's what I want from episode 3. Is that it finally made sense, and like, oh shit, looking back at episode 1, it makes sense now. You know, I need that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find out Friday. And hopefully, hopefully it turns out to be a good show, because I did finish Secret Invasion, or some of it. The ending is pretty shit. So there's that. Yeah. So
I
hopefully,
think I wouldn't. Not gonna lie, I think I wouldn't continue with that one.
yeah. Watching it by myself, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's, oh wow, it's shit. Damn it.
That kind of sucks though, because it was like, oh, it's Nick Fury's show.
Yeah, well, he has another chance to shine in the Marvels, and I'm hoping that really turns out well. Because let's not end with this year. What was the Marvel movie that ended last year? Black Panther. Black Panther 2.
Black Panther.
That was
That
pretty
was a
solid.
yeah, it was a solid high.
Yeah. But since we have nothing else to say, I guess we can wrap this this video up. But yeah, that's been our video for Loki Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2. What do you guys think? Comment below who you think's gonna show up as a variant. Maybe it's Mr. Fantastic. Maybe it's Wolverine, since Deadpool 3 is right around the corner. So who knows?
I can't wait for Deadpool 3.
Same here. But if you want to see more of us, please like our video, subscribe to the channel, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok to see our best and funniest moments and our reactions to trailers, and Spotify to hear us on the go. I am not in any social media, but this gentleman is.
Oh, you can find me at JomGOM_ on Instagram. That is my art account.
And until the next video, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.